Yeah, we're here in Recharge, Stephen. That's your company.
Yeah, that's right.
Up in Broome, and Richard used to work for you, so we just see. I thought it'd be cool to have a look at some of the trucks, and Steve and Richard just showing us around a bit.
Yeah.
So you go basically from Broome to Wyndham and back again, eh? Carrying the food.
Yeah, some of the trucks. This one normally does our Gibb River run, so it runs up to Drysdale. Yeah. This time of year, probably once a week. But,
yeah, right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit heavier duty. So this one here, we've got.
This is what we need on the
what they call essential.
on the four drives, eh? That system. Like
yeah.
we're always stopping and doing the tyres, but that's just,
so this one from inside the cab, you can punch whatever pressure you want.
Yeah, right.
And it'll drop the tyre pressures to what you want, or when you're finished, it'll pump them back up again. So
yeah. And you got it all the way from the front. You can operate it.
What did you used to do in the old days before that system? Like
how would you do it manually? Yeah, they used to have what they call a spider, and you just plug all your hoses in and sit there with a cup of tea. And but it was a reasonably lengthy process.
I know.
And what pressure?
You pour the coffee after, you know, and
What pressure would that be now?
That'd be 100 pound, 100 psi.
Yeah. And if you fill the tankers, you have to pump them up more, or empty full? It's the same.
On the bitumen we just leave them at 100.
Yeah, right. And what about if you're on corrugations?
Depends. So down to 60, but we might go as low as 40. When they're empty, we'll let them down to 40.
Yeah.
Coming back empty, but just if you let them down too much, it limits your speed. Obviously, you get the more sidewall deflection. And
then you start kissing too if you've got too much storage. Sometimes you need to let them down.
If they're touching, they'll get hot, wouldn't they? I suppose. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And do you have to have special license to carry like diesel, petrol, that sort of stuff, or is it just standard license?
No, special license.
Yeah, like dangerous
there's a
mode.
reasonable amount of tickets.
You've got to do your dangerous goods.
Yeah.
Which is not easy, and most of them sort of step up from your HR in 1, 2, 3 levels, you know. Yeah. So you spend a bit of time on smaller trucks and the ones before you start getting up in here, you know.
And how far away from the truck do you have to be to get a fire going to light a brew? Like 50 metres?
Well, most of the guys carry the little stove, you know. Yeah. Or they got electric fire warmers and electric.
Because we saw this truck we saw it out on the road, didn't we? Remember we come across the Gibb, wasn't it?
That was Ike.
Oh yeah.
Just out of Olga's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he does run.
That was these trucks, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was same one. Yeah.
He comes down from Darwin across to Alice and then out through Ayers Rock.
Because Steve's got quite a few running out of Darwin.
Yeah.
And still doing Alice and granites.
Yeah, we do all the granites.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And you're going to come out of retirement, Rich, and do a few more runs, or you reckon?
Putting the pressure on him, eh?
I know.
That's my job.
Catch up, mate. I know.
No, he's been good, Rich. Last year he jumped into it for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Hand out of Darwin for a bit.
Jumped out of Darwin, you know,
which was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you can see here how the whole road train and the truck system is set up with all the safety precaution measures, you know. Yeah.
We'll jump up in the.
So it's not.
Jump up in the cab if that's right. We'll have a look.
Yeah, you're going to have a look.
You're going to have a look, you know. Yeah.
And how's business, Steve? Is it going pretty good, or fuel prices up? And
it's always busy this time of year, so the tourists drive a fair bit of our work. So once the weather's good, the roads dry out, the contractors start doing a fair bit of work, and there's a fair bit of work to do this year because of the flood damage they had earlier this year. So that's pretty busy, and all the tourists definitely keep things busy. So.
And you're based here in Broome, or you're based in Darwin?
I'm based everywhere. I'm based in Broome for the next 3 or 4 weeks, but Darwin.
Geez, big rig, eh? What sort of motors and horsepower they got?
These aren't the biggest. These are about 580 horsepower.
Yeah, right.
Around the 600 mark, you know.
Is that more than my 79?
A little bit more. Yeah. That's it.
Probably not as much. My son's got a Hilux and he's tuned it right up, and he reckons his Hilux gets more power than my V8, but he probably reckons he's got more than this.
Yeah, probably. It may well. Yeah.
We'll get up there and take a shot from the.
Right.
If you want to.
You want to jump up, Richard? I'll get in the other side. Jump up in there, mate. Nice. Locked. Look at the size of that thing. What do you think, Darren? You gonna have a drive?
Nice and clean, Steve.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is where you used to. This is your work space.
Yeah, this is where I used to live. Like Steve said, you know, I come back and help out when he's short and that. So this is a lot of the driver's workspace, and you can see that's a bunk.
Ingle fridge. That's the
Ingle fridge, yeah.
most important thing.
40 litre.
And you got a little built-in fridge and.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
All that. Yep.
Did you drive this truck or not?
No. He's got quite a few of these, and in Darwin he's got different trucks there on, you know. Yeah. Same amount of power, you know.
Yeah.
580 to 600 horsepower, and you're still carting, towing the 3 to 4 trailers, you know. Yeah. But this will sort of give everyone an idea of what's it like, and like you said, all the safety measures are there.
Yeah, and this thing over here, the little camera, that's watching your face all the time.
Watching your face, watching if you are getting drowsy. What it'll do, it'll vibrate the seat here.
Yeah.
So it'll shake the hell out of that and then sort of wake you up.
Yeah.
Or if you're too long focusing outside your windows, not looking there, then it'll do the same to awaken you.
Yeah.
And,
so if you're not looking at the front enough, it'll vibrate too.
That's right. You know, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's all just safety measures. So people may think drivers there just having a good time doing it. So no, it's not. You know, you're being watched, so everything's recorded.
Yeah.
So if things do happen, it captures all the recording.
Yeah.
And it sends it back to the base.
Yeah.
And or you can download. It's got its own built-in system of computers and stuff, so it'll read everything.
So if you're you're just texting on your phone or something, it'll just pick it up straight away.
It'll pick it up straight away. Also, the camera is locked onto you, and then that'll report back to the management. You know.
Steve was saying that if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, camera will record it and automatically send a photo back to the base.
Automatically.
And then they'll ring you up and say, "What are you doing?"
That's it. What are you doing? You know? Yeah.
That's amazing,
and you could be out of a job. You know? Yeah.
So you literally got to keep your eyes on the road the whole time.
Pretty well 100%. You know, your focus is safety. Your focus is to maintain the direction, stay inside within your white line, and watch out for traffic. You know.
But you're allowed to, like put a music on the jukebox and stuff. You're allowed to do that.
Look, that's okay, but you do all that preparation. So make sure you got your CDs and all that ready.
Yeah.
Then you just grab across and just push it in and so on. You know.
Are you allowed to sing? Like.
You can sing and do what you want to do, you know. Yeah, but don't just start going off the road or looking too long outside the window.
What if you're singing like a song they don't like a crap song? Do they say, "Hey, Richard, your singing voice ain't up to scratch, mate"?
That's it. No, that's all good, you know. So yeah. And you got your side mirrors there. That'll you can see your trailers. You can see where your lights is hitting and how it.
And this is the phone. They ring you up on that.
That's a phone. So if you get stuck, you break down, you could call up, you know.
And what's your main instruments you're watching?
You look at your oil pressure gauge, your water temperature. You've got your oil pressure up there, you know, and then you've got your voltmeter, so 12, 13, 14 marks stay around there, and then
that's your view there.
Yeah, your rear, your front air tanks. Yeah. So 600, 700.
Yeah.
Up around there, you know.
Yeah.
Just mainly your main transmission and all that, and your diffs, you know. Yeah, that's all.
And does it sometimes get hot, the motor? Like, is it?
It does. So if your temperature start going up, then you just start backing off on your speed, you know. You might be trying to overwork it too much. Yeah. In the heat and all that, you know.
Got a headwind or something.
You got a big Horton fan that cut in once it drops around below certain temperature.
Yeah.
It'll come back to 100, 103 to cool it down again. Then it'll stop itself. You know.
Yeah.
It's auto. So yeah.
And where's your CB radio down here?
CB, yep, that's here. You know. Yep.
And what sort of transmission is it?
This is 18 speed. 18 speed Road Ranger. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got to go through all the gear. If you're full, all the gears.
You start off on pretty all low, you know. Yeah. Then you work your way up through because, again, you want to get that momentum. So your drive lines, it's working smooth and easily, you know. Not trying to lug it or jerk it. So and you're good operators. There's good operators that'll do that. Again, you work on your rev range too, you know. Yeah.
What sort of rev range is ideal?
Most of these are set at 1900.
Okay.
So if you work on coming back to 1400, then you can split or change down, then back up to 17 and so on. So it just keeps that momentum going. Yeah.
So there's a splitter in here too, is there?
Yeah. You got your high and low there.
So it's 9 gears with a splitter.
You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you put it in high. Then you go back 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
But if you go in, then you got your little button on the side here, you know, that gives you half a gear, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got high, low plus a half gear.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know. So
And how do you know what gear you're in? Like sometimes when I'm driving, I can't remember if I'm in 4th or 5th, and you got to, you know what I mean? Like you do that sometimes. How do you know what gear you're in? Does it say on the dash what gear you're in?
No. These things you go by the torque and the momentum and the way it's pulling, you know. Yeah. Because if it's starting to lug, then you need to go down a split or go down a full gear, you know. Yeah. So it's telling you, look, I need to go down. Yeah. Or if you start reaching your 700 or over revving, then you need to go up, you know. Yeah.
But they do automatics in these big trucks like this? They
do, you know. They come out with automatics years ago, but then lately they've come out with a better automatic system, you know. Yeah. Can really sort of handle the weight and the way the synchro changes. It's more sort of suited to come in and out of the working range, you know. You need to go up or need to go down, you know. Yeah.
Must make it a lot easier with an auto.
It does, you know. Yeah, auto manual, so some of them still use manual type, but that's about it, go.
Yeah, park brake and air and...
Yep, that's it.
You got diff locks?
Yep, diff locks.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
That's if you're on a sand hill going up big sand hill.
Bit of muddy section, you know, and your park brakes, you pull that out and then locks your prime mover brakes, and then you've got your air trailer brakes there. So if you get a airline sort of bust, it automatically sort of shows up on your gauge and your buzzer might come on, you know. Yeah. So
and there's lane departure cameras too, to keep you in the lane.
Definitely, sort of keep you in the lane. Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to dodge animal or dead kangaroo, but you do go off. You do set the buzzer off, but it's already recorded. Okay, with the reason why, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And are you speed restricted to 100k?
Pretty well, you know. Yeah. Look, loaded, these things here, you'd probably, with crude oil, you'd probably sit around 80.
Yeah.
And empty, you can set up to 90 to 100, you know, coming back, you know.
But you can't go over 100?
No.
What if a caravan's doing 95 and you want to get round him and you speed up to 110 just for a little while, or you're not allowed to?
Most of your caravan operators, a lot of them are pretty good. They'll see you coming up, so they'll start either backing off or pull over and let you go through.
Yeah.
Or you come up and you sit behind them at 95.
Yeah.
Until they find an area or parking bay where they can turn off.
Yeah.
Then let you go through.
But
so,
you're not allowed. It's literally won't go more than 100. This truck.
No.
Can't. It just can't.
That's it.
Even if you put your foot down, won't do it.
That's it.
So it's speed restricted.
They're governed at 100. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, like
yes.
Steve was saying, it's all about safety, isn't it? You know.
It is, hey, you know. So, but that, that's give everyone. That's used to be my home,
Yeah.
and Steve's still trying to get me back to help out, and occasionally, which I may do, you know. Yeah, good. It's good.
Oh, I might ask him if I can come along. I can be like the jackaroo, you know. You know, and make the coffee for you. All right, thank you, Richard. That's
All right,
pretty
mate.
cool, mate.
Yeah.
Good of
Yeah,
Steve to allow us to jump in.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
No, he's a
fella, eh?
great boss. You know, he's a champion guy,
Yeah.
down to earth.
Yeah.
Just, but he runs a business professionally. you
He's
know.
got a big show here, and it's not easy, mate, is it? You know. I
Not
know
only
that.
here, but you got Connemara, Darwin, and all those places, and Port Hedland. You know. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, bro. Very good.
Yep.
Yeah, righto, mate.
Okay.
Might get a photo in front of the truck, eh, Darren? Yes, this is a. Well, you can't even see the end of it. Is this 4 trailers, Richard?
Yeah. You've got your little A trailer, and then the 3 big ones. Yeah.
4 trailers in there, and there's a lady called Pam driving, eh?
Yeah.
Good on her, eh?
Yeah. And
Jeez.
she's a good operator. You know, she's been doing that for years.
And she's changing tyres. There she is
Changing
down there.
tyres and all that, you know. So she's
Yeah, wow.
hard to find them. You know, hard to find those good people.
Yeah.
Really nice.
All right, matey.
All right, buddy.
Let's do a quick ending.
It is. Yeah.
Steve-O's 200 chopped. And who done that? Bull-Land Engineering in Perth, eh?
Yeah.
Bloody nice rig, eh? Extended 200. That's making me envious, mate. And, can you hold that down?
They're good motors.
They have been, yeah.
Pretty popular.
Yeah, it's still at a couple 100,000 k's on it, but on knowing the history of it's a bonus. So yeah,
It is.
It's definitely by the all means.
Get a rooftop pen on it, and then join us on the trip to Simpson, mate.
Yeah, keep us in mind.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, mate.
All right,
really
likewise.
appreciate that.
Good
Thank
show
you
you're in.
for letting us do that. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys.